Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the WAC Digital Network, where the Wolverines of Utah Valley University are hosting the Aggies of Utah State. I'm Kyle Bruder. Alongside is Dylan Harrison, right? Dylan Harrison, thank you for joining us, Dylan. The Wolverines just came off of a couple of losses on the road. They lost to Oregon State and they lost to Eastern Washington. They also lost to Alabama. They had a lengthy road trip, but they have been absolutely stellar at home. So they're looking for another victory here. Dylan, what do you think we can expect from this game today?
I see a tough matchup ahead. Utah Valley, they're coming off, like you mentioned, a couple straight losses, but those were against high-quality teams. That's good preparation for WAC play that's coming up next month. So looking to see some intensity and, a good, strong battle here tonight.
All right, well, we're going to take a quick break for the national anthem, and we'll be right back with the starting lineup. Stick around.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight for the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
All right, welcome back on the WAC Digital Network for this matchup between the Wolverines and the Aggies. We're going to get to the starting lineups really quick. First, for the visiting Aggies, we have starting at guard a 5'8" freshman out of Grand Prairie, Texas. That's number 1, Victoria Price. Alongside her at guard is a 5'7" sophomore out of Hampton and Victoria, Australia. Number 3, Funda Nakasoglu. She's been averaging over 20 points a game. She had a career high of 37 earlier this year, so she'll be a player to watch out for. Also, number 10, a 6'3" senior forward out of Faverges de la Tour in France. And that's number 10, Julianne Onschling. Also, number 25, a 5'11" freshman guard out of Melbourne, Australia. Number 25, Rachel Brewster. And we also have, starting alongside her in the front court, is number 41, a 6'2" junior forward out of Dallas, Texas. That is Antoine Robinson. So, Dylan, as I was saying before, a player to watch out for, definitely Funda Nakasoglu. Only a sophomore, and she has just been lighting it up. She is currently leading her conference in scoring. And she is at 20.7 points per game, and as I said, recently a career high of 37 points, and she's had 4 20-point games this season. So, I mean, if you're UVU, what do you do to try and contain her?
That's exactly what they have to do. They have to contain her. They can't give her any easy inside buckets to get her rolling. That's what good scorers do. They get some easy buckets, and they get on a roll, and then after that, it's game over. So Utah Valley's got to do a great job locking down on her, making it tough, make her earn every single point.
And now starting for the Wolverines, we have number 3, a 5'3" sophomore guard out of Richmond, California, Mariah Seals. Alongside her is a 5'9" junior guard out of Hamilton, New Zealand, Georgia Agnew. Also starting at forward, a 6'1" junior out of Midway, Utah, number 12, Rebecca Mawhinney. And then also getting the nod at the starting position today is a 5'8" sophomore guard out of Mount Pleasant, Utah, number 22, Taylor Gordon. And then last but not least, the big 6'5" senior out of Boise, Idaho, number 40, Sam Loggins. And the Wolverines are coached by head coach Kathy Nixon in her 20th season. And I apologize, I forgot to mention the head coach of the Utah State Aggies. That is Jerry Finkbeiner in his 4th season. And Dylan, we talked about a player to watch out for Utah State. Who is someone that our viewers need to pay close attention to, wearing the gray and green with the white numbers, kind of the green trim on there that we see in the Wolverines?
Yeah, today I want to focus on Mariah Seals. She's been averaging 13.2 points a game this season. She's kind of been on and off lately, but she's had a great past performance back against San Francisco. And so look for her to get things going early, and for her and Georgia Agnew to both be distributors tonight and assist their teammates in easy layups.
In that San Francisco game, she had a career-high 33 points as they came back from 19 down to win in overtime. It was absolutely phenomenal. The Aggies get the tip, and handling the ball is Nakasoglu. She goes right to left over to number 25, Brewster, back to Nakasoglu. Swings it over to the left corner is Price. Price driving in with a right-handed scoop. No good. Had a lane to the basket, but it looked like Loggins got a hand in the way, and she was unable to connect. Mariah Seals driving, kind of doing the same thing with a fancy left-handed scoop from way outside, and gets that one to drop for her first bucket of the game.
What a pretty play by Mariah Seals. Beautiful left-handed scoop shot from the left wing, and easy 2 points.
And the Wolverines end up with the ball. Georgia Agnew brings it up. 25 on the shot clock. She drives over to the left side. Taylor Gordon, left corner, back up to Agnew. Now Mawhinney straight on. Hand off to Seals, right wing. They're looking to dump it down to Loggins, but Utah State doing a nice job of plugging that lane. Loggins steps out to set a screen for Gordon. Gordon out to Agnew. Now Seals, right wing. Still trying to find Loggins. 4 on the shot clock. Seals goes up, gets the ball batted away, and it's going to stay in favor of Utah Valley with only 2 on the shot clock.
Utah Valley's got to get a quick inbound pass here and hit the open jumper. No time to waste.
Agnew to inbound under the basket. She gets it into Gordon. Gordon's going to have to fire. She does, and it is short. No good, but there's Georgia Agnew to try and bring down the rebound. A battle for it, though, does end up in the hands of number 10, Onschling, and now controlling the basketball is Nakasoglu. Nakasoglu drives over to center. Now to the right wing. Now in the corner. A deep three-pointer on the way and good from, that was Onschling. Ball went right back to her after the hustle play.
Looks like the big forward for Utah State can shoot the 3.
Mariah Seals thought about a deep jumper, skips it back out. Mawhinney straight on. Now Georgia Agnew right wing. 8 minutes remain in the first quarter. Skip past Gordon, shoots it from the left corner. It's on the way and too strong, but she is fouled. So 3 free throws coming for Taylor Gordon.
Mistake there by Rachel Brewster. She can't get up that close on the shooters. Got to give them room to land. That's just going to be 3 points, 3 easy opportunities for Gordon to get some points at the line early.
Yeah, I love that you brought that up. As a shooter, these officials have to protect them. Even if there wasn't really any contact up top, if the shooter has nowhere to land, that's a dangerous play. That's how a lot of sprained ankles happen. So, you got to appreciate the call there.
Looks like they're calling it after the shot, though.
So no free throws coming, actually. But a fresh shot clock for the Wolverines. Georgia Agnew dribbles right to left. Kicks it out to Mariah Seals. Seals driving. Nice little kick into Sam Loggins, and Loggins finishes it.
Beautiful play by Mariah Seals. She's really looking to be aggressive this evening. She's not hesitating going to the rim and looking for the open player.
Brewster, they dump it down for an easy lay-in into Robinson, and Robinson gives the Aggies the lead again. They lead 5-4 with 7.5 to play here in the first. Mariah Seals, right wing, crossover, drives left, and she is bumped, so it's going to be a blocking foul. Non-shooting as she passed the ball out to Taylor Gordon. So the Wolverines will get a new shot clock and will get the ball under the basket. They inbound to Gordon on the left wing, hand off to Georgia Agnew. She comes around to center. Goes back over to the left wing, pulls back, straight on. Tries doing a pick and pop with Mawini. It's nearly stolen away. Georgia Agnew is driving to the right. They kick it back out to Sam. Stifling defense from the Aggies. Their rotating zone is just everywhere. And Loggins too strong off the glass. The Aggies are pushing up the floor. Nakasoglu, deep out by the midcourt line, decides to call a play. Gets past Georgia Agnew, drives over to the right, skip pass over to the left corner. Price is going to pull the trigger, and she airballs the three. Agnew tries getting the ball, and they're going to say it's out of bounds off of Agnew. It looked like she may have been fouled.
Yeah, Utah State's defender, she was standing right there on the line. Looked like she gave her a little bit of a knee to the leg, and Georgia Agnew just lost the ball out of bounds.
Nakasoglu drives in, kicks out to Price. Price driving in, she gets bumped by Seals. No foul, but she gets the ball to go in the hoop either way, and the Aggies lead 7-4.
Price is quick. She is quick on the dribble. She took off from that three-point line, got inside the key in a hurry.
George Agnew, right wing. Nice pass inside to Loggins, but it is batted down by Robinson, and the Aggies taking control early on. Nakasoglu, left wing, dribbles over to center, takes a screen from Robinson, decides to drive in, kick out. Good defense by Gordon. Straight on is Brewster. Robinson going right at Loggins. Loggins gets a hand, but Robinson scores over the outstretched arms of the 6'5" Sam Loggins, and Utah State rolling here in the first quarter, 9-4.
Utah State, they're not making easy shots. These are tough, contested shots that they've been making here this evening. We'll see if they can keep it up the rest of the night.
Seals takes a deep two, unable to connect. And a long rebound comes out to Nakasoglu. She drives in, she gets bumped, shoots, and didn't make the shot. They would have waved it off either way. So the Aggies playing some smart basketball, and the Wolverines having a hard time coming up with an answer as Utah Valley brings Rhea Spooner-Knight off the bench. She has had at least 20 points in her last two games. Had a career high of 27 earlier this year, so she has been the leading scorer for the Wolverines, averaging almost 15 a game.
Yeah, she's a big-time player. She's the key to the bench for the Wolverines. If she has an on night, they've definitely got a good chance of winning.
Brewster pulls the trigger from deep, can't connect. The battle for the rebound goes in the hands of Mariah Seals. Seals goes right at Nakasoglu, too strong, off the back iron. And the Aggies have another attempt. Nakasoglu, spin move into the lane, scoop pass into Brewster, and Brewster connects.
The Aggies are clicking on all cylinders tonight, folks.
They're trying to find Mawini for an open three, but they're covering her well. Mariah Seals handles the ball left wing, goes up to center. Now Georgia Agnew skips it over to the right corner. They find a cutting Rhea Spooner-Knight. She goes in attacking and scores. Spooner-Knight, just what the doctor ordered. 4:41 to play here in the first period of regulation, and the Wolverines down 11-6 at home. Utah State shooting 56% from the field so far, so just absolutely, I don't know if lighting it up is the right word, but 5 of 9 from the field so far in the first period. I mean, you can't ask for much better than that. The Wolverines have taken 2 threes. They've missed both of them. And another number that I want to point out, the Wolverines have yet to make it to the free throw line. And you pointed out to me earlier today, Dylan, that the Wolverines, I can't remember the exact number. What was it about their trips to the free throw line?
The Wolverines, they're ranked second in the country in free throws made and first in the nation in free throws attempted. So they get to the line pretty frequently if they're leading the nation. So look for them to get to the line. Hopefully they can get to the line at least 15, 16 free throws tonight. They'll put them about at their average and maybe a little more.
Yeah, they definitely need to get to the free throw line because that's, just kind of reiterating what you just said, that's probably been their biggest strength this year and has enabled them to win as many games as they have. The Wolverines really struggled last year. I think they only won 9 games total the entire season. And looking a lot better this year. And if they can get to the line and knock those free throws down, they are a force to be reckoned with.
And a lot of those free throw attempts are coming from Rhea Spooner-Knight. She loves to drive. She loves to get to the rim, and she creates a lot of contact, as we just saw in the last possession, and she's looking for the and-one opportunity here.
So Spooner-Knight makes her first bucket of the game, and she's headed to the line. 4:41 to play here in the first period. Spooner-Knight's free throw is no good. Kind of a rare miss for Spooner-Knight, and the ball rebounded by Nakasoglu. Nakasoglu, left wing, calls a play, drives over to center, picked up by Rhea Spooner-Knight. Brewster gets the ball, drives into the left side. She's going to go up, too strong, and Mariah Seals gets the good position, and she is fouled. And that's going to be the 4th team foul on the Aggies with 4:25 left. So one more will put them in the penalty.
One of my favorite things about Mariah Seals is how aggressive she is on the defensive end. Smallest player on the court by far, and yet she's going up and getting more rebounds than some of the big girls on the team.
Absolutely. You've got to love her game, and she's the reigning freshman of the year in the Western Athletic Conference, rightfully so. Carly Norris with the ball straight on. She checked in for her first minute of the game. Seals is going to pull the trigger from deep, and it rattles home. A friendly bounce off of the front iron, but we have a whistle in the meantime. Not sure what's going on exactly. The officials are talking it over. The Wolverines bringing out a full court press to try and tie this up. They're down 9-11 after that 3-point shot by Mariah Seals. She's up to 5 points on 2:04 shooting already with 3 rebounds. They're able to inbound the ball. They push it up, and Georgia Agnew bumps number 31, Toole. That's Katie Toole, a freshman out of Bountiful, Utah.
I like what the Wolverines are doing here, mixing up the defense, putting a little extra pressure on the Aggies, see if they can, cause some turnovers or get them out of that rhythm that they're in right now.
Deja Blanks is also checked in. She gets crossed up by Nakasoglu. They kick it out to number 20. It's on the way and no good. That was Miles. But an offensive rebound gives the Aggies another shot. Nakasoglu straight on, picked up by Deja Blanks. She drives right. Nice pass inside. Unable to connect was Angelica De Paulo from Brazil. But it is knocked out of play, and the Aggies will get the ball back under their own basket. Brewster to inbound. Deja Blanks gets a hand on it and bats it out of play. They're able to inbound. Onschling pulls the trigger from deep, and she buries another one. That's her second 3 of the game. 14-9, the Aggies leading on the road against Utah Valley. 3.5 to play here in the first. Rhea Spooner-Knight straight on, looking for someone to hand the ball off to, and she decides to drive in herself. Goes up and cannot quite connect. Taylor Gordon dives in for the basketball, but knocks it out of bounds. She takes a hard fall to the ground, but it looks like she's okay. Nakasoglu running point, brings it up, left wing, picked up by Seals, crossover right to left, goes in, skips it all the way to the corner. And the jumper off the back iron from Toole is no good, but another offensive rebound for the Aggies. Behind the back dribble, goes up, shot no good from number 21, DePaulo. And Utah Valley up the right side is Mariah Seals. She drives over to center looking for a double screen. Kick back out to Rhea Spooner-Knight. Now Taylor Gordon. They dump it down to Carly Norris. Skip it out to Deja. Deja from the left corner on the way and good! 12-14, Utah Valley down 2.
Great shot by Deja Blank, setting up in the corner as she saw Norris go deep on the baseline.
Oh, Mariah Seals with a big-time block on Nakasoglu, the 5'3" sophomore guard, with a huge block.
There she is. There she is.
You talked about it before, even defensively. She's a beast.
She is not afraid of anyone on the court.
Nakasoglu under the basket to inbound. She gets the ball into DePaulo. DePaulo Brewster pulls the trigger, and she is short, no good. Thought it may have been tipped, but she got nothing but air on her own terms. So 2:18 to play here in the first, and Utah Valley down 12-14. Mariah Seals walks up across midcourt. Right wing out to Rhea Spooner-Knight. Deja Blanks, they swing it all the way to the corner. Taylor Gordon attacking, skips it out to Seals. Seals fakes the three. Throws a nice pass into Spooner-Knight, but she had a little case of the butterfingers, and a turnover by Utah Valley gives it to Utah State.
Yeah, that would have been a good look. Rhea Spooner-Knight was right there down on the block. Could have been an easy bucket.
Nakasoglu pulls up from the free throw line and buries the jumper. She is their leading scorer with over 20 points a game, hitting her first bucket of the day. Mariah Seals, hand up to Gordon, right wing. Gordon drives to center, kicks back out to Seals in the right corner. They're looking for Loggins. She finds her, but Loggins is fouled under the basket. Looked like she was held by DePaulo. 1:29 to play here in the first. Utah Valley down 12-16. And Loggins heads to the free throw line as the Aggies are in the penalty. Loggins' free throw is good. It rattles home. Sam Loggins now with 3 points on the night. She'll get one more free throw on the way, and she buries that one. So now Utah Valley down 14-16. Utah State having a hard time inbounding. It looked like Patrice Toston knocked the ball off of the Aggies' fingertips, but it will go back to the Aggies.
The Aggies caught a break there. That was definitely off one of the Aggies' players off the tip.
Rhea Spooner-Knight steals the ball off the inbound. Carly Norris at the free throw line kicks it out to Deja straight on. A couple of impressive defensive plays there by the Wolverines, and they can tie it up or take the lead. Deja Blanks up top, now Seals right wing. They skip it out to Toston. She fakes the three. Tries finding Rhea Spooner-Knight, but the ball is kicked. So UVU will get the ball back. Deja Blanks to inbound. Blanks into Spooner-Knight, right wing, back out to Seals. 10 on the shot clock. A double screen coming from Mariah Seals. She gets around it. It's clogged up. Spooner-Knight attacks, goes up, too strong off the glass. And the Aggies get the rebound. Seals goes up, tries to get the block, and the reverse layup does not go for the Aggies. So UVU.
Great hustle there by Seals. Not giving up on the play. The Aggie player had her beat, but she went back and got a good defensive play.
Spooner-Knight goes in and scores, and they're going to call an offensive foul. I don't know about that one, Dylan. It looked like DePaulo just, her feet were definitely moving, so I don't know if Rhea,
Yeah, she definitely did a little bit of acting on that one.
You saw that on the replay there.
She felt the contact and just kind of fell back, and the refs gave it to her. That's a tough one.
You be the judge at home watching that one. Price brings it up across midcourt, picked up by Deja Blanks. 25 on the game clock and 20 on the shot clock. Hand off to Price, nearly taken away. Nakasoglu drives baseline, kicks it out, and another three-pointer on the way, and good again from Anschling. She is 3 of 3 from deep. 6 on the game clock. Mariah Seals drives over to the right side, and she loses it out of bounds. So 3.5 seconds remain in the first, and the Aggies will get the ball. They get it into Nakasoglu. She comes up to midcourt. And I don't think she was aware of how much time was remaining. They tried to get another three-pointer to Anschling, but time expires. Utah State leads 18-14 at the end of the first period. It's been some exciting basketball so far, Dylan.
Yeah, definitely. Anschling, she's only coming in here averaging 2.5 points a game, and she's already got, three field goals. She's
looks
3
like
for
one
3.
of them was a long two.
Yeah,
they
one
may
was a
review
long.
that, but they've given her 8 points. Either way, some deep shots, and she is feeling it. Leading the way for UVU right now is Mariah Seals with 5 points, and then you've got Sam Loggins with 4 right behind her, Deja Blanks with 3, and Spooner Knight with 2. We're going to take a quick break here on the WAC Digital Network, and we'll be right back for the beginning of the second quarter. Stick around.
They say the devil is in the details. And in here, there are a lot of details. Flavor, color, texture, temperature, presentation. It all has to be flawless. Pressure? Maybe. But with engaged learning, I get a lot of practice. And I'll bet your homework never tasted this good.
Welcome back on the WAC Digital Network. Utah Valley trails 14-18 here in the PE building at UVU. After one, Utah Valley trying to bounce back. Rhea Spooner Knight has been a little bit of a spark off of the bench. But I'd say the biggest spark so far has been for Utah State in Anschling, who has 8 points on 3 of 3 shooting.
Yeah, she's coming in with a career high of last season of only 10 points. She's already at 8 tonight. So Utah Valley, in order for them to win this game, they got to start shutting her down.
Rebecca Mawhinney out at center. They try finding Loggins. They dump it down. Loggins may have been a foul. She goes up with a left-handed scoop, but unable to connect. The ball rebounded by number 22, Tiana Dukic. They kick the ball out to DePaulo, and it is off the front iron, no good. Sam Loggins comes up with the rebound. Mariah Seals left wing, crossover. Double crossover, attacking the lane, and we're going to have a blocking foul as she tried to get past Price.
Got a little battle going on here between Seals and Price. Price is very quick on the defensive end. She's giving Seals a run for her money, making her work for everything on the offense.
Mariah Seals. The Wolverines had a fresh new shot clock. Spooner Knight out to Loggins. Loggins at the three-point line. She gets it into Spooner Knight, and Spooner Knight is blocked at the rim. So solid defensive play there by DePaulo. DePaulo picks up her dribble. Price gets the ball back out to Nakasoglu. Nakasoglu, right wing now.
She's been quiet tonight, Nakasoglu.
DePaulo goes up. She's blocked by Loggins, but the ball ends up right in the hands of Dukic, and she puts the ball in the hole. 20-14, the Aggies up 6 with 8.5 to play here in the half. Taylor Gordon gets the handoff straight on, back out to Rhea Spooner-Knight. They dump it down to Loggins. Loggins trying to do some work. She gets double teamed quickly and has to throw it away. Rhea Spooner-Knight gets it on the block. She goes at her defender, and pretty obvious offensive foul there. Little too strong with the shoulder, and you could see her extend her elbow out. So if you're an official, you got to call that.
Yeah, definitely. That one, she forced it. You know, the play earlier where she's called for a charge, I don't know. But that one was clearly obvious that she definitely lowered her shoulder right into the defender's chest.
Aggies inbound. Nakasoglu gets the ball. Nakasoglu to center. Over to the right wing. Crossover, attacks with the left-handed scoop, and she scores, getting her second bucket of the game. She is now 2 of 4 with 4 points. Taylor Gordon straight on, kicks it back out to Mawini. They're trying to get her open, but the defense has just been stellar. Loggins too strong off the glass, and Loggins really struggling tonight. Nakasoglu, hesitation dribble. Mariah Seals picks her up on the left wing. Nakasoglu gets the double screen, drives over to the right side. They try dumping it down, and the ball nearly knocked out of play. Seals gets a fingertip on the ball. Nice steal by Seals. She has a wide open lane to the hoop, and she scores.
What a play. What a play by Mariah Seals, seeing that long cross-court pass, hustling, getting the tip and the layup.
Nakasoglu up to center, picked up by Mawini. Looked like it may have been an offensive foul. And a steal by Deja Blanks. Deja goes up the left side. She goes over to the right. A scoop, no good, but we're going to have a foul. She will go to the line. Utah State leading 22-16 with just under 7 minutes to play here in the first half. And Deja Blanks with a pair of free throws. She makes the first. Blanks now up to 4 points. She hit a three-pointer early on in the first quarter. You know, Dylan, Deja Blanks is one of those players that just does all the dirty work. She's not necessarily a high-volume scorer. She had a career high of 20 points against San Francisco, which was, you know, just awesome to watch. But, you know, you saw there with the steal and then the free throw. She missed the second, but she was able to get a point out of it. Solid defense again by Deja Blanks and forces Brewster to shuffle her feet.
There she is, just like you mentioned. You know, she's not afraid to stay within her limits. She's not trying to do too much. You know, she's doing everything that she can, though, to help her team win the game.
Taylor Gordon to center, handoff to Deja Blanks, comes around a curl, back out to Mawini. Mariah Seals on the right wing. They're trying to find Loggins, but Loggins is just being pushed around with relative ease down there on the block by Robinson. And we will have a foul as Taylor Gordon gets knocked over. That'll be their third team foul. So Utah State getting into a bit of foul trouble here in the first half. Deja Blanks gets it into Taylor Gordon. Now Mariah Seals straight on with a new shot clock. Seals, pick and pop to Mawini. She pulls the trigger this time. In and out, no good. The ball doesn't go much more in than that without being a make.
That's a tough one. She really would have liked to see that one drop, you know, get things rolling for her. She's a pretty hot three-point shooter for the Wolverines.
Speaking of hot three-point shooting, on Schling. Schlinging those threes up, and she gets another one.
Yeah, that'll put her above her career high, so she's looking at a career high evening tonight.
Mariah Seals, some contact, and another offensive foul.
Now that's 3 offensive fouls that Paulo has drawn on the Wolverines. She's doing a great job getting in front of the Wolverine offensive player and really taking that.
I think that was actually Robinson that time, but I think both of them have just been sacrificing the body Pass
Yeah.
out to the corner, and Deja Blanks bumps into Price. So 5.5 to play here in the first half, and UVU have had some bright spots, but they've really struggled to close up the gap as they are down 8. Brewster to inbound. Gets the ball into Onschling. She fakes the 3, back to Brewster. Brewster attacking with a right-handed scoop, and there's Loggins to rebound the ball. Seals goes up the right side, takes a screen from Loggins, drives over to the right side, and she finds a lane to the hoop and scores!
Wow. Mariah Seals coming off that high double screen. She actually took her defender Price right into another Aggie defender. It was like a screen from the opposing team.
Looked like Brewster hit the deck and Seals had a wide open lane to the basket. Seals with 9 points here in the first half, so gotta love the aggressive offensive play from her. As we still have, I mean, it's been a quarter and a half and she's already up to 9 points. So aggressive Seals is what you want to see.
Definitely.
And again, leading the way for Utah State is Onschling, having kind of a career night for herself. She's up to 11 points and has not missed. She's 4 of 4 from the field, and she's 3 of 3 from deep. Nakasoglu, again, who is their leading scorer. It's not quite performing the way that we're used to seeing her, but she's done an excellent job of distributing the basketball. She already has 4 assists.
Yeah, I completely agree. She's being the facilitator right now. You know, she knows that opposing teams are going to key in on her, and so she's looking to get her teammates involved early, and then that's going to later on open up some things for herself. She's a smart player, you can tell.
Yeah, you got to love that she's not forcing anything offensively.
Yeah, that's what a coach definitely likes to see in their point guard, and that's exactly what she's doing.
You know, Nakasoglu, she's another one of those players that, you know, she's a point guard. I mean, she's small. She's 5'7", and then you look at Mariah Seals, who's 5'3". I think teams tend to underestimate small guards at times. They feel like they're not able to attack the basket like Mariah does, or they're not able to shoot the ball over defenders. And so, you know, Nakasoglu, she's probably been able to exploit defenders that have underestimated her, and Mariah Seals is kind of doing that tonight as well. And you know, back to that point, Nakasoglu knows that the Wolverines are expecting a big night from her. So like you said, she's found a lot of open players. And, you know, a lot of players only average about, like the leading distributors only average about 4 assists a game. And she's already up to 4, so very impressive. Brewster fakes the 3, gets it into Price. Price attacks, finds a wide open lane to the basket, and scores with the right hand. Utah Valley down 27-19, largest lead of the game. Taylor Gordon straight on, pick and pop to Mawini. She pulls the trigger. It's on the way, too strong. Ball rebounded this time by DePaulo. Nakasoglu over to the right side. Now Brewster straight on, back out to Nakasoglu. Crossover right to left goes in, and we're going to have
3 seconds.
Looks like it was a 3-second call on DePaulo. .4:15 to play here in the first half. Mariah Seals brings it up across center court. Seals goes over to the right side, kicks it out to Taylor Gordon. Gordon pulls up for a short J, and she buries it. That is, you know, she is money. That short jumper is all hers.
Yeah, that's her go-to move. She loves taking the ball off the dribble and hitting that pull-up, that 12, 15-foot pull-up jumper.
Brewster straight on. Skips it out to Nakasoglu, now has it on the right wing. She drives in, spin move, right into defenders, and Rebecca Mawini bats the ball out of play.
Great job by Mawini. She's got to be super aggressive on the defensive end now because Oshling has been on fire from out there on the three-point range. So good active hands by Mawini.
8 on the shot clock. Nakasoglu straight on, looks for a screen. They skip it out to Brewster. She has to shoot a 3. It's no good. Rebounded by Mawini. 3:20 left here in the first half. Mariah Seals over to the left side. Finds a lane, loses the ball though. Manages to keep it in play. Deja Blanks now has it on the right wing. They get it into Carly Norris. She goes in and she is blocked. Taken right away by DePaulo. Skip pass over to Price. She fakes the three, but she shuffled her feet before attacking the basket. So that'll be a turnover on Utah State. It's going to be the sixth turnover. 6 turnovers by both teams so far here in the first half. One of the biggest differences here, though, is that Utah State leading the rebounding game 19-12 with 5 offensive rebounds. Carly Norris tries to get a hand on the basketball under the hoop, and she knocks it out of bounds. So that'll be the 7th turnover on UVU.
Yeah, the Wolverines, they're not getting very many second chance opportunities. Like you mentioned, the Aggies leading in rebounds.
Deja Mason checks in for the first time, inbounds the ball to Price. Price walks over to center, picked up by Gordon. Skip it out to Brewster, and
there's Deja
we're
Blanks.
going to have a jump ball. There's Deja getting in on the action. And a little confusion over who possession goes to. Oh, they're resetting the shot clock, so possession will stay with Utah State. Brewster to inbound, gets it into Price. 15 on the shot clock. Price on the left wing. Goes over to center. Price attacking, runs right into Deja, and Deja takes the charge.
Been saying Deja's name quite a bit this evening so far. She's doing a great job on both ends of the court, playing great solid defense. You know, Price is looking to drive first. She airballed a 3 early on, so she's definitely looking to drive, and Deja did a great job.
Deja pulls up from mid-range J, too strong off the back iron, and Onschling comes up with the rebound. Just over 2 minutes left here in the first half, and the Wolverines down 6. Nakasoglu out right now, and running the point is Price. Pass inside to Deja. Off the side of the backboard, ends up in the hands of number 31, Toole, and Toole gets her first bucket of the game. Taylor Gordon out to Mawini. She pulls the trigger. It's on the way and goes up over the backboard, so that'll go out of play. Mawini, struggling to find her shot, is now 0 of 3 from deep.
Yeah, she's getting anxious. She's really wanting to get one of those threes to drop so she can get rolling, but she's getting quick.
Price goes over to the right wing. Straight on is Brewster. Brewster, nice pass inside to Toole, and Toole gets another bucket.
Boy, that was a great move. Great teamwork by Toole there, looking for that back cut, and great awareness by Brewster, seeing it.
Utah State now with their largest lead of the game. They are up by 10, 31-22, in Utah Valley. One of their last 5 and have not scored in about 3 minutes. You know, if you're Coach Nixon, what are you telling your squad right now?
I think one thing she's got to tell them is that they need to calm down. You know, they're still in this. It's only a 10-point deficit. It's only the second quarter, so keep battling. She's probably going to draw up a good little play here, or else call one that she's, you know, drawn up before in the past in practices. See if they can get the ball inside or for an open 3. You know, they really need to see the ball go through the hoop here before the half closes.
And Utah State now up to 22 rebounds here in the first half to Utah Valley's 12. So the rebounding disparity is pretty big. 20 on the shot clock, 1:05 remaining here in the first half. Mariah Seals goes over to the right wing. Mawini straight on. They dump it down to Loggins. Loggins one-on-one. Too strong off the back iron. That's a shot that, you know, she normally makes.
Gotta have that. That's from, you know, 6 feet, 5 feet out. Gotta make those.
Nakasoglu straight on. Skip pass over to Onschling. A running floater too strong, and there's Loggins to come up with the rebound. 35 seconds remain. Seals pulls up a deep three, and it's too strong, but there's Gordon to clean it up, but she's too strong on the putback. Sam Loggins will be called for the foul. Gotta love that effort there by Gordon, but just too strong. She may have gotten, I think, when she was under the basket like that, she may have been anticipating some contact and threw it up a little too hard.
Yeah, definitely. She didn't think she'd have that easy of a layup. She definitely thought it was going to be contested and just overshot it.
Still a 10-point lead. 27 seconds remain here in the first half, and Utah State will get possession back.
Well, the Wolverines, they struggled the last time they played here in the PE building. Now, I don't know if it's because the rims are harder or what, but just struggling from the field right now.
You know what's kind of interesting? Is I broadcasted for this team last year, and I don't think they lost in the PE building last year, which is really weird because they had a rough record last year, but I'm pretty sure they won all the games they played in here last year. And I don't think they've won any in here this year.
No.
So, interesting. Brewster, right wing. Picked up by Deja. They skip it out to Toole. Toole straight on, the freshman. 10 seconds remaining. Onschling back out to Brewster. Brewster straight on, now Nakasoglu. 5 on the clock. Mariah Seal steps out. Three-pointer on the way, and good by Nakasoglu. What a way to end the first half. Going up 13.
Wow. That was a big-time shot from their star player. Like, that was clutch. To close the half, beautiful crossover step back, and giving Utah State the 13-point lead.
Utah Valley leading the way for them is Mariah Seals with 9 points. She's 4 of 7 from the field with 4 rebounds to go along with that. She also had a vicious block on Nakasoglu earlier. And then you've got Onschling leading the way for Utah State with 11 points. So again, 34-21 at the end of the first half. Utah State leading on the road. We're going to take a break, and we'll be back here in about 15 minutes on the WAC Digital Network. So stick around for some second half action.
I don't think of myself as just an undergrad. Okay, so I'm a sophomore, but I'm at UVU where it's all about engaged learning. Leading a project on DNA research,
I don't have to wait for grad school to get this kind of experience. As a UVU student, I guess you could say engaged learning is in my DNA.
People talk about college like you're in some kind of bubble. Like there's college, and then there's the real world. Hey, this is UVU. You're not just reading about it or watching someone else do it. This is engaged learning. At the certificate, associate's, bachelor's, or master's level, you're in the real world every day.
People talk about life after college, entering the real world. But this is engaged learning. I'm not just reading about it or watching someone else do it. I'm learning by doing. I'm at UVU. I'm in the real world every day.
They say the devil is in the details. And in here, there are a lot of details. Flavor, color, texture, temperature, presentation. It all has to be flawless. Pressure? Maybe. But with engaged learning, I get a lot of practice. And I'll bet your homework never tasted this good.
I don't think of myself as just an undergrad. Okay, so I'm a sophomore, but I'm at UVU where it's all about engaged learning. Leading a project on DNA research, I don't have to wait for grad school to get this kind of experience. As a UVU student, I guess you could say engaged learning is in my DNA.
People talk about college like you're in some kind of bubble. Like there's college, and then there's the real world. Hey, this is UVU. You're not just reading about it or watching someone else do it. This is engaged learning. At the certificate, associate's, bachelor's, or master's level, you're in the real world every day.
Welcome back on the WAC Digital Network to this matchup between the Wolverines of Utah Valley University and the Aggies of Utah State University. It's always fun to have an in-state rival. I'm Kyle Bruder. Alongside is Dylan Harrison. Dylan, kind of break down the first half for us. What happened and what needs to change for UVU to come back?
Now, Utah State, they've been having good ball movement. They've really been doing a great job working the ball around, getting some high-quality looks, and they've been hitting them. Utah Valley, on the other hand, they've kind of been a little stifled by the Aggies' defense. They're shooting some shots hard off the glass, not getting anything to fall, so they're kind of out of sync right now. They're a little shooken up. So I think they need to go back to that press. I mentioned it early on. They started pressing the Aggies, and the Aggies there for a while were 2 for 8 from the field. They were kind of struggling. But then the Wolverines backed off, so maybe look to see a little more pressure by the Wolverines this half.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised either. And as we start, Georgia Agnew into Mawhinney. Mawhinney has it on the right wing. They're looking for Loggins. The Wolverines have a habit of, first play of a quarter, first play of the half, first play of the game. They love to try and go to Sam Loggins because they're able to set up in that half-court set as Sam's already there, and they don't have to wait for her to run the floor to get there. And they've been successful with it. They weren't able to convert right there because it got knocked out of play. Mawhinney finds a lane to the basket. She goes up and she's blocked, but she gets the ball back into her own hands. So UVU back out. 15 on the shot clock. Georgia Agnew out to Seals. Seals attacks, kicks back out to Agnew. Agnew comes around a screen. Finds a lane to the hoop, goes up, no good, but Agnew is bumped to the ground, and it looks like we're going to have free throws for Georgia.
Georgia Agnew, she was a little quiet in the first half. She only played, 5 minutes in that first half. She's the leading assister for the Wolverines. So she plays a big part in facilitating the offense with Mariah Seals and getting others involved and getting some points on the board.
Agnew's been a lot more aggressive offensively this year than she ever has been. She's still hesitant to shoot the ball from deep. She's more of an attack the basket type of player, but she's been more active with that this year. A battle for the basketball goes out of play off of Utah State, so the Wolverines able to cause a turnover. And we were talking about how the Wolverines, defensively need to press and things like that, and they're definitely, Utah State is not out of the woods because UVU has shown that they can have an incredible comeback victory like they did against San Francisco. I mean, they were down 19 with about 11 minutes left in the game. So you never want to count these girls out. Taylor Gordon attacks, kind of scooping into the left side, misses, and is able to track down her own rebound. Georgia Agnew straight on. Over to the right side, straight on again. Behind the back dribble, out to Seals. Seals pulls up a three, in and out, no good. Loggins bats it out, but no one is there to get it. So the ball just goes out of play, and the Aggies get the ball back. Nakasoglu brings up for the Aggies. She goes up with a left-handed scoop, too strong. Agnew comes up with the rebound. The Wolverines off and running. Agnew decides to slow things down, goes over to center. Now right wing. Loggins gets the ball at the free throw line, and Loggins is kind of pulled down as Robinson falls to the floor. It looked like Robinson was trying to pull the chair on Loggins and kind of dragged her to the floor in the process.
Yeah, she started falling and definitely took Sam Loggins with her, and he's not going to get the charge call on that play.
Agnew to inbound under the basket. Finds Loggins. Loggins kind of bobbles the ball. Spin move, right-handed hook, too strong off the back iron. She would have had an easy layup if she didn't bobble it. But the Wolverines down 12, 22-34 with 8 minutes left here in the third quarter. Brewster straight on, drives left, kick it out to Toole. And her three, no, that was not Toole, that was actually Onschling.
Yeah.
And she's showing that she is human after all and can miss a three. The ball goes out of play, so the Wolverines have it. Georgia Agnew crosses the midcourt line on the right side. Now Mariah Seals, right wing, skipped up to Georgia Agnew on the left wing. Agnew at center. Mawhinney fakes the three out to Seals in the corner. Seals comes around a curl, drives in, kind of flips it up as she's tripped. And we may get free throws coming for Mariah. Two shots coming from Mariah Seals. And I think that's what the Wolverines want, is to get to that free throw line, because we mentioned earlier, you talked about that stat about how the Wolverines lead the country in trips to the free throw line.
Yeah, definitely. That right there was the 6th attempt for the night. Next one will be the 7th. You know, they need to get up there in the high teens, maybe even 20 tonight, because the Aggies they're fouling quite a bit this evening.
They are. Seals makes the first, misses the second. So down 11. Nakasoglu goes over to the right wing. Nice pass inside to a wide open DePalu, but she's unable to connect over the outstretched arm of Sam Loggins, and Mariah Seals gathers it up. Mariah Seals straight on. She's going to pull the trigger from deep on the way, and good! Mariah Seals with a big-time three, 26-34.
Big-time play by Mariah Seals there. She's got to be the one to get the Wolverines going tonight.
Brewster straight on, back out to DePalu. Nakasoglu walks over to the left wing. 12 on the shot clock. She pulls up from the elbow, and it rattles home for her. Two open.
She got a little shooter's touch there, too.
10-point lead, 26-36. Mariah Seals drives over to the left side. She is met by Brewster, and Seals ended up shuffling her feet, so a turnover by the Wolverines. And Brewster, you gotta love that play. I think Utah State knows that Seals loves driving to that left side, and Brewster just formed a wall, and Seals shuffled her feet, had nowhere to go.
Yeah, she was right there waiting for a couple of seconds. Mariah Seals got to recognize that, got to make the pass a split second earlier.
Nakasoglu skips it out. Brewster's going to take a three. It's on the way, and she is fouled, and she makes the three-pointer. Brewster with a big three. Mawhinney a bit surprised at the foul call. But credit to Brewster for knocking down a difficult shot, and Rhea Spooner-Knight will check back into the game for Rebecca Mawhinney. 38-26, free throw coming for Brewster. And she misses the free throw, but it is tracked down by Onschling. But we're going to have a turnover. I turned and looked away for just a second, so I'm not sure if it went out of bounds.
Just stepped on the line over there on the far sideline.
Rhea Spooner-Knight, right wing. Trying to give some spark. Agnew, left wing now. Back out to Seals, straight on. Skips it over to Taylor Gordon. Back out to Seals. They're trying to find Spooner-Knight. They get it into Norris. Norris attacking. Back out to Seals. 6 on the shot clock. They get it back out to Seals. Seals going to have to shoot. She goes up with a left-handed scoop, and it's too strong. But there's Norris to clean it up. She misses, gets a rebound again, goes up, misses again, but she's fouled this time. Carly Norris actually led the Wolverines as a freshman in rebounding. And then Norris has battled some injuries, some concussion-type injuries throughout her entire career. So that's one of the reasons why you won't see her in, big-time stats or anything like that. But she showed just there that she can battle. She used to be a track athlete, very physical. And don't be surprised if we see her getting into those passing lanes either.
Yeah, she's a very athletic player for the Wolverines. She looks to do what she can, kind of like Deja Blanks. She helps out where she can. And pulling down some rebounds and doing some small things on the defensive end are definitely some of her top skills.
Norris makes 1 of 2. Utah State able to break the press. Beautifully done as Onschling finds a cutting
That was a
Dukic.
great touch pass by Onschling.
5:20 to play here in the third. Deja Blanks on the left wing. Skips it out to Agnew, right wing. Ray Spooner Knight drives baseline.
Stepped on the line down there.
So turnover by the Wolverines.
Something to point out, the Aggies have shifted to a zone defense, a little bit of a 2-3. It's forcing the Wolverines to work the ball around, and they can't get anything inside, and they're not hitting from outside, so they got to figure something out.
Nakasoglu finds a cutting number 22, Dukic, and she scores back-to-back buckets. She's now up to 6 points. And Utah State leads 42-27. Georgia Agnew finds Carly Norris in the paint. She goes up and she is fouled, so more free throws coming for Norris, but the Wolverines finding themselves down 15. Still a lot of time left, but at the same time, there's not a lot of time left. It's one of those things where time is not your friend right now.
Yeah, now it's a good thing that the Wolverines, they've been getting to the line frequently, because that stops the clock, so that's working in their favor. But they're 6 for 10 from the line this evening. So, they're only getting 1 point on these offensive possessions, whereas the Aggies are getting 2 and 3 points.
And the Aggies, if you're looking at the turnovers as well, 9 turnovers apiece. But the Aggies with 12 points off of turnovers, and UVU with only 6 points off of those turnovers, and that just kind of shows you that the Aggies have been able to capitalize on those opportunities, on those gifts. And the rebounding, Utah Valley's doing a little bit better. It's now 29-21 in favor of USU.
Look at the points in the paint, though, Kyle. The Aggies have 22 points in the paint compared to the Wolverines' 10. The Wolverines, they're struggling from the field, and a lot of those are coming from inside of the paint. That's good defensive pressure by the Aggies. And on the other end, they're getting it done inside of the paint when they have the ball.
And they've tried going into Loggins several times. Loggins is 1 of 6. And, credit to Robinson and to DePaulo, who have really been able to kind of push and move Sam Loggins out of position. And Loggins hasn't been able to have – she's had a couple of good looks, but for the most part, Loggins gets the ball in. She gets double-teamed quickly and has to kick the ball back out. So,
that's the key right there, though. You just said it. They're getting the ball in. It's tough, but they're getting it in. And then Loggins is getting, double teamed, sometimes even triple teamed down there. So she's got to be decisive. She's either got to go straight up or kick it out. They got to have some ball movement.
And Loggins is a pretty good free throw shooter, especially for her size. So Norris misses her first free throw. She'll get another. Hopefully she can split the pair here. And in for the first time today is Quinn Huggins for the Wolverines, number 11. Norris makes the second, so 28-42 with 4.5 to play here in the third quarter. Nakasoglu runs into Mawini, no foul call. Crossover right to left. Pass out to Onschling. Three-pointer is short, no good. Rebounded by Deja Blanks. Hand off to Deja Blanks. Pick and pop. Mawini's going to have a look. It's on the way, and it's good!
There we go.
Talk about a timely three-pointer, and the Wolverines trim that lead down to 11.
That's exactly what the Wolverines needed. Now it's going to occupy a little bit of mind space on the Aggies. They're going to be thinking about Mawini and the three-pointers.
Nakasoglu pulls up from the right elbow. Ball goes in and out, no good. Georgia Agnew hand off to Quinn Huggins. Quinn comes around to curl. Quinn pulls the trigger from deep. It's on the way and good! Back-to-back threes from the Wolverines, and they've trimmed it down to single digits, 34-42.
I like what Coach Nixon has done. She's gone small. Now Mawini, Norris, Goodman, they're all decent size, but they all can shoot.
Norris with some stellar defense, but even better offense there from DePaulo, doing some work in the post, and brings it back up to 10. Huggins wanted to look. Agnew's going to take the three from the corner. No good off the back iron, but she's able to, she attempts to track down the rebound. We've got probably 4 or 5 bodies on the ground, and the ball will go to Utah Valley. That three-pointer by Huggins is going to force Utah State to respect that three-point line, and it's going to open up threes for either her or Mawhinney. They're able to inbound the ball to Huggins, kind of a little miscommunication, but Huggins is able to track it down. Now Agnew straight on, takes a screen from Loggins on the left wing. Back out to the right wing she goes. Kick out, Huggins is going to shoot another three. She gets knocked over, no foul call. Rebounded by Agnew, and Agnew scores.
How did she come out of that?
I don't know. Got to see the replay. Yeah, the ball just kind of ended up in her hands. It looked like Deja kind of shoveled it into her. Long two-pointer on the way. Off the front iron, no good, but the ball is rebounded and put back in by Dukic. Dukic having quite the game. Perfect from the floor, 4 of 4. Huggins shoots a three, and it is short.
Gotta be a foul.
And it's going to be a foul on Utah State as Mawhinney was trying to get an offensive board. .223 left here in the third quarter, and the Wolverines down 10, 36-46. They've been able to trim it down to single digits, but they've had a hard time staying there as Mawhinney misses her first free throw in and out.
I like the up tempo the Wolverines are going with here. They've got to get more shots off in order to get back in this game. You know, they're down 9 now. They've got to keep pressuring on the defensive end and then get some transition points on the offensive end.
Loggins checks out and Carly Norris checks back in. 37-46, 9-point lead for the Aggies. Nakasoglu drives over to the left wing. Finds Dukic out up top. Takes a screen from Dukic, and she is bumped by Mawhinney. That's going to be Mawhinney's second personal. And that'll be the second team foul on the Wolverines. Nakasoglu. Deep out on the right wing, crossover right to left, goes to center, takes a screen. Tries getting around Agnew, she does, but runs into a Wolverine wall, a three-pointer this time on the way, and no good by Dukic. But an offensive rebound is put up and no good. Another offensive rebound, this time is in by DePaulo. So the Aggies getting second and third chances off of those offensive boards.
Now, Coach Nixon, she's wanting a little over-the-back call. Now, I know that's not a call, but Carly Norris has got to make an attempt at the rebound. She was just boxing out. The Aggie offensive player just simply reached up and grabbed the ball and put it back in.
Norris gets the ball in the paint and gets fouled under the basket again. So more free throws coming for Norris. She's been hit, kind of splitting those pairs. They really need her to start knocking them down. Free throw is up. She rattles this one home to put that lead back to 10. She can trim it down to 9 here with another free throw.
I think that's going to be the key for the remainder of the game. The Wolverines have got to convert on both their free throws. They're trading 1 for 2 with the Aggies. That's not going to win.
And Norris does just that as she misses the second. Now the Aggies straight on his tool. Price gets it over to Brewster on the right wing, and Brewster is fouled by Quinn Huggins. So that'll be the third team foul, not in the bonus quite yet. And Rhea Spooner-Knight will check in for Carly Norris. They get the ball into Dukic. Hand off to Price. Price dribbles to center, picked up by Deja Blanks, now out to Toole. Brewster straight on, picked up by Huggins. Dukic out to Toole. Toole drives over to the left side, left baseline. Pump fake, goes up, off the glass, and scores.
Ooh. That was a pretty move right there by Toole. Agnew had great defensive pressure, but the extra ball fake enabled Toole to get the easy bucket.
Looks like there was a delay of game warning against the Aggies. I think it was on Toole. It looked like she batted the ball out of bounds after she had scored. Agnew drops her defender to the floor with a behind-the-back dribble, and Mawini too strong off the back iron, but oh my goodness. Georgia Agnew doing them dirty.
What a move.
Woo! Brewster with the ball straight on, now out to Toole. Price on the right wing. They skip it over to Dukic. Price straight on, 6 on the shot clock. 3 on the shot clock. Price drives left, goes up with a left-handed scoop and makes it off the glass. The Aggies continuing their efficient scoring, shooting 49% as a team. Mawini shoots a 3, it's on the way and good! Mawini ends the third quarter with a 3-pointer, 41-52.
Bang, that was big. That was big by Mawini right there.
A much-needed 3. The Wolverines were one of their last 5 right before that, and Utah State 3 of their last 3, so they've just been taking and making shots. USU is up to 30 points in the paint. 30 of their 52, so it's been pretty even scoring. And USU with 10 assists as a team. They haven't had quite as many assists here in the second half, but we've still got a whole nother period left. So the fourth quarter just around the corner. The Wolverines down 52-41. Stick around on the WAC Digital Network. We'll be right back for the end of this game. Utah Valley trying to mount a comeback here at the beginning of the fourth quarter as the Aggies to inbound and the Wolverines bring out a full court press, or more of a half court press. Nakasoglu goes over to the right wing, pulls back, takes a screen from DePaulo. Looking for a screen from Brewster, doesn't take it. Tries driving past Spooner Knight, but has nowhere to go. Baseline J up and no good by Toole, but another offensive rebound, this time by Price. And they're able to get a bucket out of it, so 41-54. Deja Blanks drives baseline and scores and one! Blanks stepping up for the Wolverines, 43-54. And the Wolverines, it seems like they're just kind of trading blows right now, but the Wolverines have got to go on a scoring run and get some stops.
Yeah, they definitely have to do that. They've got to work the ball down quick, just like they did there. Good transition points by Deja Blanks, getting the and one. I think on the defensive end, though, they need to stop the Aggies from getting inside the paint. They need to make them hit some jump shots. They haven't hit some legitimate shots in quite some time now.
It hasn't been a threat since really the first half when Onschling was
slinging them.
Yeah, slinging them from 3 and making them. Price passes into DePaulo, but we're going to have 3 in the key on DePaulo. I think that's happened to her 2 or 3 times today. 54-44. The Wolverines down 10. 9 minutes to play here in the game. Handoff to Deja Blank. She comes around a screen. Another handoff to Seals. We haven't seen Seals in a while. She goes up with a lefty scoop and scores!
There it is.
46-54. Nakasoglu brings it up the right side. Hesitation dribble. She goes up, finds a lane to the hoop, and scores. Nakasoglu up to 11 points now.
She's not scared. She'll match it, she says.
They're looking for a Mawini 3. They give it to Spooner Knight.
Oh,
Nice up and under move there from Rhea. And that lead is trimmed down to 8. Nakasoglu straight on. Brewster goes up with a left-handed scoop shot. Spooner Knight gets a hand on the ball, but she knocks over Robinson in the process, so that'll be a foul on Rhea. That'll be her third foul. Brewster to inbound, gets it up over the top to Nakasoglu. Nakasoglu doesn't take the screen. She goes up on the right, and she is hammered by Rhea, and that's going to be 4 fouls on Rhea. 2 quick fouls, costly fouls, because Rhea does so much for you on the court, and they may have to pull her out of the game.
yeah, and that right there, that's on Georgia Agnew. She's got to force Nakasoglu to go to the left. You know, the previous possession, she went to the right, got an easy layup.
Yeah.
Can't let her do the same thing back-to-back plays.
Nakasoglu will get another free throw. And Utah State will take a timeout to try and stop some bleeding. Mawini now up to 10 points. She struggled from the field earlier. She's now 3 of 8 and 3 of 7 from deep.
That's back-to-back threes, though, that she's knocked down. Now she's really starting to heat up, and look for her to knock down a couple more, or that's what the Wolverines need, or else they're not going to be able to win this game. They got to knock down some big-time shots.
And to our viewers, we apologize. It looked like the video feed was down for a few minutes. Hopefully you could still hear the audio, but it looks like we're back on. But hopefully you stuck around for at least the audio. This game has been getting exciting. The Wolverines have trailed by as many as 15. See if I got that number correctly or not. Yeah, the largest lead was 15 with about 5 minutes remaining in the third quarter, and UVU has trimmed that lead down to 6 points with 7:19 remaining here in the game.
Yeah, the Wolverines, they've been fighting. They've been down by about 10, 8 to 12 points throughout this game, but now they've cut it down to 6. They're definitely within striking. That's two threes, 6 points, and they're back in the ball game.
Mariah Seals leading the Wolverines and leading all scorers with 15 points, shooting 6 of 11 from the field. The Aggies will get the ball out of their timeout. Ball tipped away by Deja Blanks, and Blanks attacking, goes right at her defender. We're going to have a blocking foul, and free throws coming for Deja Blanks. That is what Deja does, ladies and gentlemen.
What a play. That's exactly what Coach Nixon wanted. They were telling him, deny, deny. And Deja right there jumping the inbounds pass, going for the steal, and she got it and going strong to the rim.
Blanks knocks down her first free throw, trims it down to 5. Second free throw on the way, and good. Big free throws from Blanks, and suddenly it's a 4-point lead. Blanks will get a breather. Nixon tells her to go right to the scorer's table because she's going to check right back in for offensive purposes. Coach Nixon loves to do this at the end of games where it's almost like an offensive lineup and a defensive lineup. She loves having Norris in there to try and block the inbound. She's unable to do so. They inbound it to Nakasoglu. Nakasoglu goes over to the right side. She is kind of ridden by Carly Norris, but the Wolverines, that's now their third team foul, so they had a couple more to give, but there's a lot of time left.
Yeah, they can live with that. You got 7 minutes left in the ball game. The lead's now been cut down to 4. Wolverines definitely aren't in foul trouble this evening. They haven't been fouling much at all. They can live with a foul like that.
Brewster, and there's Deja Blanks to get another, and Blanks is fouled. Deja Blanks has been an animal. Stepping into those passing lanes, getting steal after steal. And the Wolverines inbound on the sideline right in front of us. Gets it into Agnew. Ball tipped, but Agnew's able to gather it up. The Wolverines with the momentum here. Agnew out to Mawhinney. Mawhinney handoff to Deja Blanks. Now to Taylor Gordon. They skip it out to center. They dump it down, this time to Norris. Norris attacking, scooping, laying it in on the right side. The Wolverines down 2. Nakasoglu comes across midcourt, picked up by Taylor Gordon. Onschling, right wing. Back out to Nakasoglu on the left wing. Comes around a screen, attacking with a left-handed scoop, and she is fouled. Looked like she was fouled by Taylor Gordon. That's going to be Gordon's first personal, and that's the 4th team foul on the Wolverines. I think she'll get free throws because it was shooting, and it'll be bonus the rest of the way after this. Free throw is up and good from Nakasoglu. She's up to 13 points. Three-point lead now for Utah State. They led by as many as 15. Second free throw is good. Lead now up to 4. Mariah Seals back into the game, goes over to the right wing, handoff to Taylor Gordon. Gordon comes around to center. Back up to Mawhinney. Mariah Seals, and a reach-in foul called on Onschling. So that's going to be the 4th team foul. It's going to be bonus the rest of the way for both teams after this. Deja Blanks to inbound on the sideline. Gets it into Mariah Seals with a new shot clock. And Seals finds a lane to the basket. The scoop, not quite high enough, unable to connect. And Utah State off and running with 6 minutes remaining. Nakasoglu drives in center, goes up with a right-handed scoop. Too strong, but there with the rebound is Robinson. Had no one to contest her, but she missed it anyway. The Wolverines catch a lucky break. Mariah Seals left wing. They dump it down to Norris. Ball tipped. Mawhinney thought about the 3, didn't take it. Deja Blanks right wing. Mariah Seals left wing, attacking with a left-handed scoop, and she is blocked, but there's Norris to come up with the rebound. She puts it back in. 57-59, 5:20 remains.
There's Carly Norris quietly this evening, getting 7 points so far.
Robinson attacks, unable to connect. We're going to have a foul under the basket, though. Norris is going to pick up the personal as she reached in on Brewster, so that's going to be 1-1. No, it's going to be 2 shots coming for Brewster. Brewster's first free throw is good, making it a 3-point lead for Utah State. The Aggies 0 of their last 5 from the field, enabling the Wolverines to come back. Second free throw is no good. And there is Dukic with the lanky arms to tip it to herself and put the ball back in. So it's a 5-point lead now, 62-57. They try and find a cutting Taylor Gordon, but the hands, again, of Dukic just too long. She's able to break up the pass. Nakasoglu. Brewster back up to Nakasoglu, straight on, picked up by Blanks. Blanks bumps Nakasoglu before she can attempt a shot. So we're going to have more free throws coming for the Aggies. Dylan, I have a feeling we're going to be in for a lengthy 4 minutes and 37 seconds as both teams are in the penalty.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Both teams, too. With Utah State has 2 timeouts. Utah Valley still has 3 left. You know they're going to utilize those timeouts. And Coach Nixon, she likes, like you mentioned, to get those subs in after made free throws. So it's definitely going to be extended, and that's what Utah Valley needs to do. They need to extend this game out. Starting right now. Don't wait until the last minute to extend it out. They need to extend it out right now.
Got to put the pedal to the metal when you've got enough time to possibly make mistakes. As you see on the replay, Carly Norris with a big bucket there. 5-point lead. And the Wolverines find themselves in a fairly comfortable position. We're going to have free throws coming for the Aggies, but UVU has had an impressive second half. They're shooting 50% from 3 and just about 50% from the field altogether. The one number, if you're Coach Nixon, you'd like to see improved, though. I mean, they have gone to the free throw line a lot more here in the second half. They've been 20 times, so they're getting a little closer to their average, but they've only made 12, so they've left 8 points on the line.
Yeah, definitely. A lot of people, they'll want more rebounds. Utah Valley, they've got a total of 29 rebounds compared to Utah State's 41. Now, part of that is because Utah Valley and Coach Nixon, they've elected to go small. They've gone with, without their center, Sam Loggins, in the game so they could pick up the pace a little bit. So it's kind of, feeding over to the defensive rebound category where Utah State's able to get some easy rebounds and some putbacks.
And over a third of their rebounds have been offensive for USU. 16 offensive boards, and they have 19 second chance points. Free throw on the way and good for Nakasoglu, who's up to 15 points. 6-point lead now. Second free throw on the way and good. Agnew pushes up the left side, hand off to Blanks. Blanks finds a lane to the basket. She goes at her defender, up and under move, off the glass and good.
Great move. They got a pressure here. Keep the pressure going for the remainder of the game.
They're able to inbound to Nakasoglu, and the Wolverines kind of back off of that press. Nakasoglu takes a screen, comes around the right side, pass out to Onschling, back out to Nakasoglu, 15 on the shot clock. 4 minutes remaining in the game. Nakasoglu spin move into Dukic, and she is unable to connect. Agnew comes up with the board, pass up to Deja. Deja finds a lane to the basket, takes the contact, unable to connect, but she will go to the free throw line, and she has been shooting well from the stripe, 4 of 5 tonight.
Yeah, she's definitely leading the way for the Wolverines off the bench. She's picking up some of the slack that Rhea Spooner-Knight hasn't been able to contribute this evening because of foul trouble.
Free throw good for Deja Blank. She'll get another. Can trim it down to 3 here with 3:51 remaining. Second free throw is good. So 61-64, 3:51 left. Carly Norris will check in for Rhea Spooner-Knight. Norris to guard the inbound, and we're going to have a foul on Deja Blanks before the ball is even inbounded. And that is a costly foul because that's free points coming for Utah State. And especially with someone like Nakasoglu, who is 5 of 6 from the line, their best free throw shooter. But on the other hand, they are going without any time coming off the clock, so that could be beneficial. Maybe not. Hard to tell.
As long as they get some points back on their offensive end. Because you know Nakasoglu is going to knock these down.
She makes the first. Second on the way, and good. Makes both. 66-61. Georgia Agnew, right side, comes up across midcourt. Hand off to Mariah Seals. Mariah Seals straight on, and we're going to have a foul, this time on number 20, Miles. Mawhinney headed to the free throw line. Mawhinney 1 of 2 so far today from the charity stripe. She's got 10 points, 4 boards. Free throw on the way and good for Mawhinney. The Wolverines now have 3 players in double figures. Seals with 15, Mawhinney with 11, and Deja Blanks with 13. Blank's second free throw is no good. Spooner Knight tried to get a hand on it, but a good box out by Utah State gives them control. Nakasoglu straight on, picked up by Rhea Spooner Knight. Pick and pop out to Brewster. Back out to Nakasoglu. Nakasoglu crossover right to left. Spin move in the lane. Scoop pass out to Miles. They give it in to DePaulo. And she's unable to score, and Mawhinney comes up with the rebound.
Great defense by Mawhinney there, going straight up, not giving DePaulo any room to move.
Seals hands it off to Agnew. They dump it down to Spooner Knight. Spooner Knight trying to work on the block. And we're going to have a foul. So Rhea will head to the free throw line. Spooner Knight will get a pair of free throws. This will be her second trip to the line. She's 0 for 1 today. She's normally a very good free throw shooter. Her free throw up and good. She makes this one. 3-point lead now with 3:08 remaining. Second free throw up and off the back iron, no good. Still a 3-point lead. Nakasoglu with the ball. Nakasoglu, right wing, picked up by Deja. She goes over to center. Deja runs into a screen. And they're going to call a foul on Deja Blanks as she ran into a screen and was a little too forceful with it, so Brewster headed to the free throw line. Brewster's free throw is good. She'll get another as she extends the lead to 4.
Yeah, we've got 4 fouls so far on Deja Blanks and Rhea Spooner Knight. You know, Coach Nixon's going to have some decisions here to make down the stretch, and because those are 2 of her most aggressive players at being able to get to the rim on the offensive end.
Hand off to Deja. They kick it out to Seals. Seals shoots the 3, and it's no good. Nice play and rebound from Rhea Spooner Knight. She cleans it up and puts it back, trimming that lead back down to 3. 2.5 to play here in the game. Brewster straight on. Out to Nakasoglu, 15 on the shot clock. Nakasoglu, right wing, picked up by Mawhinney. She goes over to center. Driving in, scooping with the right hand, and scores on the left side. 2:15 left. Georgia Agnew looking for the pop to Mawhinney. Can't find it. Mariah Seals at the 3-point line. Thought about the 3, didn't take it. Deja Blanks will attack on the baseline. She goes out! Oh! In and out, but free throws coming for Deja. Deja being extra aggressive, 13 points on 3 of 4 shooting, 6 of 7 from the free throw line, and a couple more coming for her.
I like that there's no hesitation by Deja Blanks. She caught that pass down there on the corner and immediately was in dribble drive mode and went up. Even with the defender there, she knows she's got to be aggressive here at this time, in this point in the game, and get to the line. If not, maybe even get an and 1 on the next play.
Deja makes the first, she'll get another. She can trim it down to 3 with this free throw. And she does. She makes it. So 3-point lead for the Wolverines with 2:01 to play. Utah Valley in desperate need of a defensive stop.
We'll see if they can get under 3. They've been stuck in this 3-point deficit for quite some time now.
They inbound it to Nakasoglu. The Wolverines don't want to foul because any foul is going to send them to the free throw line. Robinson gets the ball out into Price. Now Nakasoglu out by the midcourt line. 1:45 remaining. Nakasoglu drives in, kicks it in to Robinson, but it is knocked out of play by Mariah Seals.
See if they'll take a look at this play. Under 2 minutes.
Looks like they're going to review it.
Yeah.
So 1:43, and the officials will review this.
That was great help defense by Mariah Sills. She saw that there was an open defender because of the ball screen, so she went down to help and got a little deflection, and we'll see if it went off the Aggies.
That would be a humongous defensive play for the Wolverines right now as the clock is just running out. And the Wolverines have been able to trim it down to 3 and even to 2 a couple of times, but they have not been able to tie the game, even get within 1. So, Utah State has been leading pretty much the entire game. They've been leading for the last 36 minutes.
This will be a good time for Rebecca Mawhinney to knock down a game-tying 3-pointer.
She can't be hesitant either. She's feeling it. You got to feel confident on that release. And you want to see Mawhinney take a 3 or see Deja Blanks try and attack the paint again.
Exactly.
So the official's still reviewing it, so it must be pretty close. We don't have a look at it from our angle, unfortunately. Oh, here's that play right there, and that's close. That's real close. Mariah Seals trying to make her case on the replay there, and it will stay in possession of the Aggies. 12 on the shot clock. Price under the basket to inbound for Utah State. Price looking for the inbound. The deep pass. Deja Blanks wanted it, didn't quite get back there in time. 9 on the shot clock. Nakasoglu straight on. Nakasoglu comes around a screen, takes a 3. It's on the way, no good. And another offensive rebound by Dukic. 5-point lead for Utah State. The Wolverines needing a bucket here. Skip past to Mawhinney. She has a look from 3. She takes it and makes it! Mawhinney with the 3!
Bang, there it is.
2-point lead. And Utah State will take a timeout. Mawhinney has just been lighting it up from beyond the arc here in the 4th quarter.
That was great ball movement by Georgia Agnew. She drove, took it down on the baseline, and looked for the good skip pass across to the wing for Rebecca Mawhinney to hit down that big-time 3.
Such a close game, and the Wolverines have been battling so hard here in the second half. I believe that they can come back and they can win this game, but I won't be surprised if Utah State is able to close it out either. It could be just too little too late for the Wolverines as they had really a very poor shooting first half. They're now up to 41% shooting as a team, which is respectable. It's not terrible by any means, but in the first half they shot just under 30%. And then the rebounding and the offensive boards and the second chance points that they've given back to Utah State have been the biggest difference. But if Utah Valley with a big opportunity here.
We'll see if Utah Valley goes with a quick foul here early. They got Blanks and Ray Spooner Knight in with 4 fouls.
Deja Blank hits a hand on the ball and tips it out of play. Brewster to inbound on the sideline. Trying to get it in, she does. Nakasoglu handles the ball. 1 minute remaining.
Looks like they're not going to go for the foul.
Brewster with the ball. Price. Back out to Nakasoglu. 6 on the shot clock. They're going to have to get a shot off. She does a spin move. Deep out. 2 on the shot clock. They're going to have to shoot it. Robinson fires a deep 3. No good. Rebounded by Georgia Agnew. And the Wolverines call for time.
Great defensive stand by the Wolverines right there on that possession. They did a good job keeping their hands down, hands out, not fouling, and they were able to pick up a big rebound right there. They made the Aggies go for a deep 3, instead of getting a layup or getting fouled.
It's probably the best defensive possession we've seen from them. They've had some good defensive possessions this game, but the best one couldn't have come at a better time.
That was all 30 seconds of the shot clock. They played defense for that entire time. We'll see. Look for a high ball screen, I think, for Mariah Seals. Look for her to drive, maybe kick to Deja or Rebecca on the wing and have them either drive or hit the 3.
They may try and look for Mawini, but if they can't find her, then we may see Seals or Deja try and attack the basket and try and get to the free throw line. Georgia Agnew right in front of us to inbound on the sideline. She gets it into Mariah Seals. Seals into Rhea Spooner-Knight. Spooner-Knight fakes the pass and attacks, but she is fouled, so free throws coming for Rhea, and Rhea can tie it up. That play it's a design play that we saw a few times last year, and even the year before. There was a player for Utah Valley named Katie Kuklock who now plays for the U of U, and she was such a lethal three-point shooter. Free throw good for Rhea. Trims it down to a 1-point lead. But the Wolverines, they'll do this inbound play where they inbound it to Rhea Spooner-Knight on the free throw line. She fakes the pass to the perimeter and then spins to her left shoulder and goes into the lane. And she was tripped up, misses the free throw, but there's Deja Blanks with the offensive board. 30 seconds left, 25 on the shot clock, and the Wolverines will take another timeout.
Woo! Big time rebound by Deja Blanks there. Hard bounce off the rim. She got it, they pulled it back out. Good timeout call here by Coach Nixon. We'll see what play she draws up here in the timeout.
These Wolverines have got to stop putting together these crazy comebacks. They're giving me a heart attack. But these are the moments you love as a sports fan. 29 and a half seconds remain, 24 on the shot clock.
Look for the ball to be in either Rhea's hands or Deja's hands. They're both pretty good size, and they're both very versatile. They can get to the rim.
Agnew to inbound again, here right in front of us on the sideline. She gets it into Spooner-Knight. Spooner-Knight tries handing it off to Agnew, and some miscommunication ends up in a turnover and a foul. So the Wolverines had a really, really nice opportunity to try and get a bucket. Spooner-Knight tried Agnew tried, okay, I'm mixed up here. Spooner-Knight tried handing the ball off to Agnew, and then Agnew had her back turned to her, so Spooner-Knight tried to grab the ball and just plowed over Nakasoglu. She is not the one you want at the free throw line. She is 7 of 8. Free throw is up and no good. It rattles out.
Still a lot of time. 26 seconds at the end of the game. A lot of time.
She gets another. Free throw's on the way and good. She makes that one. So a 2-point lead now for Utah State, and the Wolverines will have another opportunity to draw something up after that botched play. There's a three-pointer from Mawini on the replay. She has been stellar from beyond the arc. Mawini, 4 of 8, 50% from 3. It took her a while to find her stride. But here in this fourth quarter, she has been very, very efficient.
Yeah, the Wolverines, they just used their last timeout, so the players need to be aware, that if they get stuck in trouble, don't look to call a timeout. Look to find an open teammate somewhere.
The Wolverines have done a much better job of sharing the ball here in the second half, and in the fourth quarter especially. Then they're now up to 11 assists as a team. And behind Georgia Agnew with 4 of those assists. So 26.5 seconds remain here in regulation. The Wolverines down 71-73 with possession.
Like I said after the last timeout, look for the ball to be in Rhea Spooner-Knight's hand or Deja Blanks. They're the most aggressive at getting to the rim for the Wolverines.
Deja Blanks to inbound right in front of us. Ball fake, and they get it into Georgia Agnew. Agnew to Seals. Seals left wing. 20 seconds remaining. The Wolverines have an opportunity to hold for the last shot. 15 seconds. Down to 10. Mariah Seals goes over to the right side. They pop it out to Mawhinney. Agnew has it. Agnew's going to attack, spin move. She goes up with the left hand and a blocking foul. So Agnew will head to the free throw line with 3.4 seconds remaining.
Whew.
The Wolverines need both of these free throws to try and send this into OT if the Aggies are unable to make a buzzer-beating shot.
Georgia Agnew, she's a 72% free throw shooter thus far this season. See what she's got here down on the pressure.
She's 1 of 2 today. Free throw on the way, and it's good. It rattles home. 1 point game.
Got to be a quick foul if it doesn't go in here.
Free throw up, and it's short. No good, and they're going to have to foul. They do. Oof. Did they get a timeout, or was it a foul? I think it's going to be a timeout.
Timeout first. That's big. That's a whole second off the clock.
Aggies up 1, 73-72. They've done this a few times today where Deja Blanks has gotten a hand on the ball, been able to come up with a big-time steal off of an inbound play. So, you go for the steal, foul if you can't get it.
Exactly. Got to be aggressive. Go for that steal. If you don't get the steal, definitely got to be a foul going for the steal. Then we'll see what kind of play Coach Nixon's got, for end-of-game situations.
They may not even have time for it. If they're able to get a steal, they may just have to shoot the ball. Brewster to inbound on the sideline.
Don't be surprised if the Aggies go towards their hoop on the inbounds pass.
They're able to get it in, and Seals fouls right away. They get the ball into Toole. Toole has not gone to the free throw line yet. 1.9 left on the clock. Toole free throw is no good off the back iron.
.9 seconds. It's going to give the Wolverines about Time for sure one dribble, maybe two dribbles, but then they got to get a shot off.
And they have no timeouts remaining either, so they won't have an opportunity to. It's just going to be a miracle heave if they're able to do it. Rebounded, and I think we're going to have a lane violation.
Wow.
The officials talking things over.
Yeah, lane violation.
Free throw on the way for Toole, and it's good. 2-point lead now, 74-72.
Got to throw a deep pass.
Agnew, and she gets the ball blocked. And then Price adds insult to injury by scoring at the buzzer. And the Aggies win on the road 76-72. The Wolverines mount an impressive comeback but fall short here at the end of regulation. Nakasoglu finishes with her average of 21 points. She had a very quiet first half, but came alive. She went to the free throw line 10 times on her own, making 8 of those 10 free throws, so did a great job of capitalizing on those opportunities. And then Dukic was an absolute beast with 6 rebounds and was 6 of 8 from the field, 12 points there. Then you've got Onschling, who had 11 points. All of those came in the first half, but she hit some big-time shots. Price finished with 10 points. So 4 players in double figures there for Utah State, leading the way for the Wolverines. 2 players tied at 15 points apiece, Mariah Seals and Deja Blanks. And then you had Rebecca Mawhinney at 14 points. Spooner Knight finished with 8. Norris with 7. And that's really all she wrote. So we're going to get a quick post-game interview here with Coach Nixon. If we can. Hey, Coach, thanks for joining us.
You bet.
Tough way to finish that game. Your team battled very hard to come back in the second half. Mawhinney knocked down some big-time threes. What happened in that inbound play? It looked like there was some miscommunication between Rhea and Georgia where the ball just, Georgia had her back turned to it. What happened in that possession?
Yeah, it was just one of those things. It didn't have anything to do with the play. It was just a matter of not being composed. I love the way our kids fought and got back into it. We had a really slow second quarter there with only scoring 7 points and put ourselves in a hole. But love the way the girls battled back. We had every chance to win it. We missed enough free throws that it could have been a nice, comfortable lead for us. So that's where I'd put the loss. And absolutely on the boards, they had 17 offensive rebounds and 21 second chance points between that and our free throws. That's what did it.
What would you say is going to be your emphasis going into your next game?
Well, we're just focused on the process. It really doesn't matter who we play. We need to be a little bit better defensively. We had some lapses, and just keep doing what we do on the offensive end, and hopefully we'll be able to box out a little bit better and make some free throws when we have a chance.
All right, thank you, Coach.
You bet. Thank you.
So that was head coach Kathy Nixon on her team's performance. I couldn't agree more. The free throws, they definitely left some free throws there. They were 20 of 32, so well above their average. Actually, 32 trips to the line is quite impressive, but they left 12 points. So Georgia Agnew had a chance to tie it up with free throws. She made the first, missed the second, and then the Wolverines were just unable to claw back from that point. So, Dylan, what are your final thoughts on the match today, on the game?
Just like Coach Nixon said, I like the way the Wolverines kept battling. They were down for pretty much the entire game, since the first quarter, but they never gave up. They kept fighting. They showed some great defensive pressure. Deja Blanks really coming on with a strong night. 15 points. 8 of 9 from the free throw line. She really did a great job coming off the bench for the Wolverines and keeping them in this game.
Rhea Spooner Knight ended up fouling out. Foul trouble for her limited her. As she, the two previous games she scored at least 20 points, and she was held to 8 points today. So they're going to want to try and get her a little bit more involved. But again, there you have it on the WAC Digital Network. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm Kyle Bruder alongside Dylan Harrison. Be sure to tune in next time. Have a wonderful evening.
This copyrighted telecast of the Western Athletic Conference may not be retransmitted, reproduced, or rebroadcast without the express written consent of the WAC Digital Network.